This is the current state of my setup. Messy, neglected, and simply incomplete. I have been delaying this project for over a month now, and it's simply unacceptable. I'm done living like Asmongold, and it's time to give my setup the treatment it deserves. I'm finally ready to finish putting it all together for the final reveal. Welcome to the finale of the Ultimate Dream Setup V3. Guys, I have a confession to make. I use AI frequently. Mostly for medical advice for my daughters because my wife and I are the most paranoid parents on this planet. I mean, just the other day, our youngest daughter, Olivia, had a weird rash that appeared on her chin for like 2 weeks and it wouldn't go away. So naturally, we went on ChatGPT to find out if it was serious and what we can do about it. So we ended up trying the recommendation and unfortunately it didn't work. So we asked DeepSeek and Grok to get another opinion until we eventually found a remedy that worked. It's honestly exhausting trying to keep up with all the latest AI models out there until Mammoth reached out and sponsored this video, and we've been using it since. Mammoth gives access to the best AI models all in one place, so we'll never have to open up multiple tabs and ask the same question over and over again. We can simply reprompt with any AI model we want within the app, saving us lots of time. The cool part is, Mammoth also works with image AI models like Nano Banana, which comes in super handy if we want one of our photos edited, like removing a flashlight glare from this picture of our night out. If you guys want access to all the best models all in one place for $10 a month, click my link down below to check it out. Okay, so the first thing I want to add to my setup, and this is something I should have done from the beginning, is to add an external power switch for my PC. Every single time in the morning, I have to bend over and hit the power button on the PC. I am bending over more than Bonnie Blue, and that is simply not good for my back. So let's go ahead and fix that. Oh! Oh! I just poked my nose. We're off to a great start. Oh man. Okay, let's test it out. So much better already. I don't exactly have a dedicated place just yet for the switch. I think I'm just gonna tuck it away behind the table for now until I finish upgrading the setup. Speaking of which, the next thing I want to upgrade is the monitors. Now, for the record, I love my MSI displays. I had no issues whatsoever. I think they're amazing. However, as you guys know, I always want the absolute best. So we're gonna be swapping all 4 of my displays to Asus. We're going back to all OLED once again, except this time we are sticking with a single brand, whereas before I mixed and matched between Asus and ViewSonic. So my primary this time is going to be the Swift OLED PG27AQ-WP. This is a 27-inch 1440p OLED display with 500 Hertz refresh rate. That is absolutely insane. This monitor also has dual mode, you guys, so I can technically downscale to 1080p and achieve 720 Hertz instead. I'm never gonna play in 1080p, even if they give me 1000 Hertz. Like I wanna be able to enjoy my game, so 1440p is the sweet spot for me. The top 34-inch will be replaced with the Asus Swift OLED PG34WCDN. This is a 34-inch 1440p OLED ultra-wide with 240 Hertz refresh rate. Again, absolutely overkill for my top overhead monitor. And for my verticals, I'll be replacing both of my mini LED displays to the Strix OLED XG27. Again, 27-inch 1440p OLED displays with a 240 Hertz refresh rate. So yeah, this is gonna be my new permanent stack. For those wondering what I'm gonna be doing with my older monitors, all of these are gonna go on the for sale section of my Discord server for a really, really low price. And on that note, I'm gonna be doing a massive online garage sale starting today up until the first week of August. I'm gonna try and get rid of everything that I don't wanna bring over to the new place. So, PC parts, monitors, peripherals, I mean, you name it. I'm gonna be posting everything and anything I can find in my inventory in the for sale section of my Discord server for really, really cheap. I mean, where else can you find a 5070 Ti for $500? So yeah, if you guys are part of the Discord server, make sure you enable notifications on the for sale channel because these things go quick. I'm genuinely so stoked to check this out, you guys. 540 freaking hertz? What? Am I even gonna hit that many frames in my games? Let's be honest here. Like, when is it enough? How many hertz is enough? The correct answer is, it's never enough. You guys are witnessing the world's worst unboxing. This is so much easier when Arya was around. Arya, where art thou? Oh, that transparent design. Or is it translucent? I don't know, but damn, that is how you design a monitor, ladies and gents. That's so sick. It's unfortunate we're not gonna even see it once it's mounted, but I know it's there. Nice, we got the built-in power as well, so all we need is just the power cable. Nice. Now for the ultra-wide. Oh, Lord. World's worst unboxing number 2. You guys get a bonus. Why is it so difficult? Yeah. That was a workout. Here she is, boys and girls. Doesn't have a transparent back, but I mean, we do got the specs. And just like that, we are back on OLED, ladies and gents. Don't mind too much about the gap between the monitors. I'll adjust it once everything is finalized, but man, I gotta say, it feels good to be back on OLED. I am obsessed with this primary display. The true black glossy tandem OLED from ASUS looks incredible. It is night and day from my previous MSI monitor. You can really tell, like, the blacks are just more deep compared to the MSI model. And the picture quality is just phenomenal, so I'm gonna have so much fun with this display. There are a bunch of things I still wanna upgrade in my setup, but first, it desperately needs some cleaning. We got some coffee stains. The mouse pad is absolutely atrocious. Luckily, our mouse pads are machine washable, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in the washer real quick and give the desk a good scrub. All right, we got a nice clean surface ready for a fresh mouse pad, and I'm gonna need your guys' help. I don't know what design to go with because we just launched a new season of our mouse pads, and I'm not even biased when I say this, but these are hands down the best designs we have ever made. We're gonna start off with Project 1, which is also available in the reverse color scheme, so black on white if your setup has a darker tone. And then we got one of my personal favorites, HUD, which is also available in the black color scheme. This one was designed with symmetry in mind, and it's actually perfect if you place your keyboard right here in the middle. I mean, that looks really clean. We also got Vortex, which comes in a bunch of different colors. Obsidian Dragon is also one of our popular ones this season if you're into the whole Japanese theme. This is also one of my all-time favorite designs, our signature pad. And this is a collab with all the active members on my Discord server. We got together and everyone provided a signature, which I've put on the pad itself. You got mine over here, my boy Arya on the top left, Foul Play, JD Master who won Set of the Month, and a seal of approval. My homie Sir Muffins, we can't forget about Sir Muffins. And of course, my lovely, lovely staff team, David, Danny, and of course, my brother from another mother, Roberto. There's obviously a ton of other names I want to mention, but it will drag on the video. But just know that if their name is on this mouse pad, they hold a special place in my heart. Now, before I reveal the top seller for the season, I want to show you guys my personal favorite design by far. Bam! The Hyper Beast TechSource edition. I am absolutely obsessed with the colors of this pad. Because of the variety of different colors on this mouse pad, unfortunately, it doesn't fit in with most setups out there because most setups either have a single or two-tone color scheme, unless you prefer the splash of color. But the design and the different choices of colors is one of the reasons why this is my favorite pad from our store. And here we go, our top seller for season 15 so far, our Inferno Oni. I legitimately have no idea why this is our top seller. Maybe you guys are really obsessed with the samurai style mouse pads, but yeah, this has been selling like crazy ever since we launched it. But yeah, let me know which of those designs was your favorite. In the meantime, I'll stick with Project 01 because this fits my color scheme quite nicely and it complements my keyboard. I am never going back to a stationary desk setup ever again. I should have done this from the beginning. This is so perfect. One window over here, open up my Gmail. Let's have my YouTube open over here, Discord on the right, Spotify, and Explorer on the top. This is the dream. This is my dream setup. The only other big change from my previous setup, other than the motorized desk, is that there's more head scanning involved when I'm moving from one monitor to the other. And that's because the monitors are so much closer to me compared to the last desk, which was much deeper. So I was actually sitting further away from the monitors. But I eventually got used to it. It took me about a week, but I mean, the head scanning doesn't bother me at all anymore. It's actually a good neck workout, if I'm being honest. Do you know what this setup is missing? Another monitor. Hear me out. Okay, just hear me out. The Xeneon Edge. I bet you guys didn't know they made one in white. Unfortunately, my keyboard doesn't have any dedicated media buttons other than the volume control. So, having access to like macros or shortcuts is gonna come in clutch with my setup. So that is why I desperately need a Xeneon Edge. So let's hook this up. Oh, even the backside is white. Yo. Is the entire magnetic case white too? Oh. Oh, almost perfect. I'm actually glad I didn't adjust the height of the monitor for this very reason. Oh yeah, that looks clean. Almost bezel-less. Check that out, guys. Okay, got the Xeneon Edge fully set up with my PC, with the widgets that I use on a daily basis. You can obviously go on IQ and pick from a bajillion different widgets, or even download extra widgets from the website. But honestly, for my use case, this is gonna work just fine. We got my most used shortcuts on the top left, so the Final, Spotify, OBS, along with some hardware info, weather, and the date. So very simple and basic widgets. I don't need anything fancy. Let's say if I want to listen to some music, tap on Spotify, And to play some music, we finally have a dedicated media control. Hit play. Bam! And you can obviously customize like the colors, the size and all that, but I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Okay, now the setup is coming together very nicely, but I feel like we're missing something. I really wanna add a monitor light bar on the top, but it's gonna be a little tricky because the monitor is flipped upside down and we have the chin sticking out from the front. So let's see if we can hook up the ROG monitor light bar. Might as well lower the monitor height while I'm up here. Oh, we can actually make it work. Oh, it's perfect. Let's go. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the monitor light bar off. And here is what it looks like with the light on. It does look a little funky because it's sitting literally on the chin, but I mean, we still made it work. And the best part about the light bar is that it's wireless. I can download the app and control the settings instead of having to use the knob on the top, which is very annoying. But yeah, love the light bar. I don't know if anyone watching this video noticed this, but since the beginning of this episode, there's a new addition to this room. Can you guys figure out what that is? I kinda got a new projector, but not just any projector, the Rolls Royce of all projectors, the AWOL Valerian Max. I got this hooked up on the ceiling next to my logo, facing the empty wall behind me, so that I can kick back and watch content on a bigger screen. Surprisingly, even with my walls being gray, it doesn't affect the colors of the projector. The contrast is incredible. Both my daughters absolutely love the projector. Like, they are fascinated with this thing. We often have movie nights where they bring over their beanbag chairs, we have some popcorn, and we're currently rewatching the older Toy Stories because they want to watch the 5th one in a few weeks. So we're just trying to catch up on the older movies. Eventually, I do want to run an HDMI cable straight to a secondary PC and play Forza Horizon 6 or something chill, but for now, I am super happy with this projector. Right now, they're actually having the biggest sale ever for Prime Day, where you can get $600 off. So if you've been wanting that dream home theater system, now's your chance to pick one up. One of the struggles I have owning wireless peripherals, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me if you also have wireless devices, is keeping your wireless gear always charged. Unfortunately, that is something that my setup lacks severely. And today, we're gonna change that. Guys, don't laugh at me, okay? But this has been my charging setup for the past few months. I have this little charging dock tucked away in the corner with multiple power banks. So what I would do is, let's say if my keyboard or mouse dies, I take one of my power banks, I bring it over here, and I plug it into my keyboard or mouse and keep it juiced up. This is far from ideal. Let's say I'm in the middle of a ranked match and my keyboard or mouse dies. I have to jump up, run into the corner, grab one of the power banks, bring it back, and then juice it up while I'm in the match. Well, not anymore. We're gonna be setting up a dedicated charging station using the G-Train Intel eCharge Hub. This is a 12-in-1 charging station, and I'm gonna show you guys what it can do. And just like that, our charging station is now complete. I'm actually gonna be tucking this away back here once I'm done with it, but let me show you guys how this actually works. So we basically have 4 GAN wall chargers that are plugged into this device that's getting continuous power. And we also have 4 separate outlets in the back, so we can charge 4 additional devices at the same time. So think of this like a power strip with 4 separate wall chargers plugged in. And each charger has a built-in magnetic USB-C cable that's retractable up to 33 inches. I mean, this can pretty much reach any device on your desk. And if you want to retract back, you simply pull on it. You can either let it go or gently put it back. Let's say you're on the move and you want to take one of these with you. Well, you simply open up the cover, pop one of these out, and you're good to go. Not only can you use the included USB-C cable to charge your USB device, so let's say my smartphone, but you could also charge an additional device using the other USB-C cable. So you can actually charge two devices at the same time. All right, let's hook this up with my setup so I can show you guys a demo. Okay, hit the power button. Okay, now let's say I'm in the middle of a game and my keyboard dies. Well, all I gotta do, drag one of these cables. Bam! As you can see, it's already charging. Oh no, now my phone is dying. Let's fix that. I honestly don't know how I haven't heard about this up until recently. This is an absolute game changer. If you guys have wireless peripherals, I highly recommend picking one of these up. Okay, now that we got the charging station hooked up, let's move on to the next edition of our setup, which is going to be a webcam. I did have one on the last setup, but there was one major flaw with the Elgato Facecam, and that was, it was stationary. Well, this one isn't. It actually tracks you. When I reviewed this on the channel earlier this year, I fell in love with the features, and this is gonna be the perfect webcam for me for meetings and of course, when I'm streaming. But first, let's go and unbox this. So this little guy has a 1 and 1.3 inch sensor that can shoot up to 4K at 30 FPS. But that's not the main reason why I'm hooking this up to my setup. I'm actually going with this because of its AI tracking, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. But first, let's figure out where to mount this. We obviously can't put it in the middle like last time because we have no space. We can't put it on the top because of the light bar, and putting it on either of the vertical monitors will be way too high and will provide a very awkward top-down angle. So there's really only one option, putting it on either side where the speakers are. But how do we do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're gonna mount it using this contraption, the newer articulating arm. And I'll show you guys why this is so awesome. So for starters, this is a 22-inch arm with a 1/4-inch thread at the top. So you can mount anything you want that has a 1/4-inch thread. Smartphone holder, video lights, microphone, or in this case, a webcam. But here's what makes this arm so amazing. The mounting method. It's a clamp. So you can clamp this on your desk, monitor mount. I mean, there's so much flexibility here. And since our webcam mount has a 1/4-inch thread on the bottom, we're going to simply attach it here. As you can see, we've got our webcam hooked up, and then all we gotta do is clamp this to our monitor mount. All right, got the webcam hooked up. Quality looks pretty good, 4K, 30 FPS, but here is what separates this webcam from all the other webcams out there, okay? Check this out. AI tracking, it follows me around. So let's say I'm in a ranked match, I end up winning, I wanna stand up, celebrate, maybe move around the office. I can do that. The camera's gonna follow me around until I tell it to stop following me around by holding up my hand. And now I can move around freely. Another cool feature is the zoom. You can hold up an L, bring it up, and the camera zooms in. And you can do all this hands-free, like that's what you want when you're streaming a game. You don't have to constantly tweak the settings on the camera, press buttons on your Stream Deck. Everything is automated. That's what I love so much about this camera. I also promise you guys low light performance. So in the ideal streaming setup, you're not gonna have all these lights in the room, right? So let's see what it looks like with the lights turned off. So all the lights in the back are turned off. We got a bit of light bleeding from the side windows, but I mean, overall, the quality looks pretty sharp, very little noise. It's enough to see my ugly face while I'm streaming. That's really all you need. But let's say you're streaming at night. Let's close the windows. Now it's fairly dark in here, and the quality is still really good. The low light performance on this camera is honestly top notch. You can clearly tell the difference between the lighting from the webcam and the camera I'm using. It is practically dark in here. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a solid webcam for your setup, whether it's for office work or streaming, I do recommend checking out the Insta360 Link 2 Pro. They actually are having a Prime Day promotion where the first 10 orders get at least $50 off, plus you get a free 2-in-1 mini tripod. I'll link it below. The next thing I want to tackle in my setup is desk clutter. It's no secret that I swap between two mice, the MX Master 3S for productivity and the Harp 2 Ace for gaming. So when I end up using one mouse, the other one just kind of sits there. So let's go and find a home for this, which will also help clean the surface quite a bit. I think you guys have a pretty good idea of what's next. Pencil drawer, but on steroids. I found this on Amazon super cheap, but look at how much space there is inside. We have tons of room for activities, plenty of room for both my mice, my Delta Hub Carpio, and even my portable power bank. But there's a big problem with this. Every time I open and close it, the stuff inside is gonna move. But luckily, I already have a solution. I'm gonna be going with a grid system, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of. And if you haven't, this is essentially a customizable grid system that you can 3D print in any size. This thing comes in clutch if you wanna keep stuff inside your drawer super organized. And I'll show you guys how this works. But first, let's go ahead and insert inside the pencil drawer. This one has been resized specifically to fit my pencil drawer, but you guys can resize it any way you want. Then comes these trays, which Danny has custom made for each of my gear. We got the MX Master, the Harp Ace, and my charger with a small little compartment up top for additional storage. But if you look in the back, we can see squares with grooves in between them. And these grooves are basically what sits on the grid, preventing the entire tray to move. So check this out. You put it in, align the squares with the grid until it falls in place. And this thing is not budging anywhere. Let's do this for the Harp Ace and one for the power bank. And if you really want to get fancy, you could print out inserts that go inside that gives it a bit of color. So because my setup is mostly white with some black accents, I decided to do white inserts for the inside. So let's find the one for my MX Master, slide it in perfectly. Here's the Harp Ace, power bank, and then a small little compartment back there. Okay, time to fill it in. So satisfying. So now if I want to close it, everything is neatly organized. And by the way, you can do these inserts really easily. There's actually a tutorial online that shows you how to take pictures of your devices. And all you got to do is send it to the 3D printer and print out this tray. I'll drop a link to all that info down below if you guys want to try it out yourself. Okay, now that our tray is ready, let's go and mount this underneath our desk.